Today we're breaking the channel records to stay in the $100 million hotel, making it the most expensive hotel we ever spent a night in. But why is it so expensive? Guess we'll have to find that out. And the rules are pretty simple. We cannot give up no matter how expensive it gets, and by the end I have to give them a 5-star review, but I have to be honest. I'm not kidding you, this place is more awesome than I imagined. Because as soon as we hop on one of the fastest trains in the world, we arrived at the hotel for the day. But I simply could not believe what I saw just a few steps into the hotel, as they literally got their own Statue of Liberty. Kinda smaller than the actual one though, but this can't be the reason why it's so expensive. So as soon as I found out they got the biggest indoor playground ever literally inside the hotel, I went as fast as humanly possible only to be told that only kids can enter. I guess we're too old. But the indoor playground was so big. Try to imagine the basketball stadium is probably the size of that. Luckily for us, there was another game room in the hotel free for everyone to enter, with the gacha machine that apparently gives you Pokemon, and looks like someone already bought it. But then something weird caught my attention as I found this pinball machine that didn't look like your typical arcade game, because as soon as you put in just a coin, a bunch of balls came out only to be put back into this hole. But in the blink of an eye, we're quickly down to the last remaining one. Should have prayed at the temple earlier. Maybe we would have had better luck. But then a miracle happened as the one remaining ball now became 2 balls. We'll leave it at that. So I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of fun. But it only gets crazier as you find another room with all the toy bricks for you to design whatever you want, like this baby chicken over here, and literally a needle. And since it's a family hotel for family vacations, they have dedicated places for parents to relax too. And if you're hungry and looking for some food, they have a 24-hour convenience store, a Japanese restaurant with sushi, and a bakery so delicious, I decided to buy this chocolate bread with a lot of whipped cream and a bunch of cream puffs. But why is the hotel so expensive? There has to be a reason. Maybe it's the location, but I really didn't see anything interesting outside of that thing, of course. I mean, maybe the robot is worth millions of dollars. Maybe the statues were designed by super famous artists. Okay, this one looked kinda cool. Or maybe the dog is a millionaire. Okay, the dog is pretty cute. Leave a comment if you like her too. But the place was so massive, they literally have free trains just to show you around. And that's why I learned this whole place used to be one of the largest sugar factories more than 100 years ago. Which totally explains why there are so many trains and so many ice creams to eat. I mean, there's literally a cement ice cream. We're not eating that. But after getting off the train, because I saw a beautiful lake and a bridge that didn't look like a bridge and turned out to be more like a maze, we got stuck in the middle of nowhere, which I couldn't tell we're still in the hotel or not, or how to even get back. So I really hate to admit, but I might be lost. Guess we should have prayed at the temple for some direction, and perhaps even some luck for playing pinball. But then I saw the bus driving by, and after following it, leading me all the way to a place with a massive piece of wall and some onion looking stuff. Hey, it looks like you can slide all the way down from here, which we're totally doing. Wait, this is scarier than I thought. How do you slow down? We're going too fast. Oh, it's over? That was quick. Okay, I gotta admit, that was kind of fun. But the coolest thing was yet to come, because now we're checking out the luxury hotel room in the most expensive hotel. And the first thing you will notice right away would be the size of the bed and the bed itself, as it was really soft, and if you look even closer, also pretty clean. The same goes for the pillow, but what really caught my attention was the wall behind the bed. I mean, how many hotels out there let you sleep next to a wall full of building blocks? They kinda look like Tetris, don't they? But what's even cooler was that thing in the room that looked like a massive toy brick. Oh, it's supposed to be a seat, isn't it? Actually, once you pulled it out, it sort of became a table and a chair, which is pretty cool, I guess. But speaking of tables, you also get a rather normal looking one with surprisingly empty drawers. But they've given me too many slippers anyway, so I guess you can have one. But the table lamp on top of it looks so much like the one from Pixar's logo, and you could even turn it all the way around to face the wall all day if you want. The TV was about the size you expect in typical hotel, but the room was totally big enough to do some jumping jacks and even your daily yoga practice. But when I got thirsty and tried to look for water in the fridge, I couldn't find any. But they did give me some water cups, and just a few steps outside the room, I could easily get some free water if I wanted. The closet was one of those open closets, which means if you hang your jacket over here, you could also stare at it all day if you want. But the craziest thing happened in the bathroom. As the moment you first entered it all looked normal, and the shower room looked pretty pretty normal. But when I tried to sit on the toilet, there almost wasn't enough room to put my knees. And if you have longer legs, I'm not sure if you can even use it because it's a bit narrow. They did have twin bedrooms as well, so maybe the bathroom over there was 2 times bigger. So I did some research on the hotel, and apparently the biggest selling point was the indoor amusement park and a lot of toys. So I guess this hotel is meant for families with kids. For breakfast, I was literally still eating the bread from yesterday because I bought too many. But I think my favorite thing about this hotel would be the overall family-friendly design with a lot of toys to play with. So I guess if you have kids, they could go play with the toy while you try to relax or something. Combining that with the food and the cute dog outside, I'm totally giving this place a 5-star. But next, I'm staying in the cheapest gaming capsule hotel in the world, and you can click on the video right now.